What is happening, everyone, and welcome back to the Roger Report. The news cycle is an absolute blur right now, and we're here to cut through the noise and bring you the updates you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Get ready, because we've got a packed show with some truly unmissable stories that are already shaking things up. From the gridiron to the court, buckle up because the action is heating up, and you're getting the inside scoop right here, right now. We're kicking things off with a look at the intense preparations underway for a massive upcoming showdown, where a seasoned defensive coordinator is laying out the strategic blueprint to counter one of the league's most legendary quarterbacks. And speaking of legendary quarterbacks making waves, we're diving into some surprising comments from a star player on the receiving end of those passes. What's being said behind the scenes as a highly anticipated matchup approaches? This is the kind of insight that could define the season. But the drama doesn't stop there. We're also breaking down the critical questions that a prominent team absolutely must answer as they face off against a formidable opponent. What are the key challenges, and who needs to step up when the pressure is on? We've got the deep dive. And finally, we're uncovering a revelation about the past connection between two key figures that's raising eyebrows as they prepare to face off once again. What's the real story, and what does it mean for the future? Don't touch that dial, you won't want to miss a second of this. Make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell is hit so you never miss an update. The defensive gauntlet, smart strategies against a legend. The air is thick with anticipation as the New York Jets gear up for their season opener against the formidable Pittsburgh Steelers, and the focus is laser-sharp on containing one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. Aaron Rodgers. Defensive Coordinator Steve Wilks is making it clear that his unit needs to be not just aggressive, but exceptionally smart when facing the future Hall of Famer. Wilks emphasized the immense challenge, stating, "I keep saying it over and over again, I see a first-ballot Hall of Famer. There's nothing we can throw at him that he hasn't seen." This sentiment underscores the respect and caution the Jets' defense holds for Rodgers' unparalleled experience and football IQ. Defensive lineman Harrison Phillips echoed this sentiment, drawing parallels to facing a formidable opponent from his past. He described the task with a colorful analogy. What do they say? That the bigger the dragon, the bigger the hero, the better the story. Phillips acknowledged Rodgers as one of the greatest quarterbacks that has ever played and expressed his eagerness to compete, adding, "It's been amazing to go against him as competitors. We've got a really good football team over here, and we've got some answers in place that I hope can make him patient." The Jets' defense, a tenacious group featuring talents like Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald-Ivy, and Quinnen Williams, aims to spoil Rodgers' debut with the Steelers and showcase their own readiness. Wilks stressed the importance of discipline and avoiding gifts to the Steelers' offense. He specifically warned against penalties, especially those stemming from Rodgers' well-known tactic of varying his cadence to draw opponents offside. "We got to be smart and understanding that we can't be jumping offside, being patient, seeing the ball," Wilks advised. "He's going to be taking the play clock down because he's going to give you hard counts, trying to undress you and see where you're coming from. That's all in his MO, and we know that, so we just got to be smart in what we're trying to do." This strategic approach highlights the mental chess match expected, where controlling emotions and maintaining composure will be as crucial as physical execution. For the Jets players, the excitement for Week 1 is palpable after a long offseason. Phillips captured the collective feeling. "You know, as vets, we've waited, 7, 8 months for this, and as rookies, some of these guys wait their whole life for this moment to go out there and play. Week 1 game on tonight, and how exciting is that?" The team is eager to translate their intense preparation into a winning performance, aiming to prove that their defensive strategies are indeed the answers in place to challenge a legendary quarterback. Audience impact. Fans are buzzing about the defensive strategy and the monumental task of facing Aaron Rodgers, with debates heating up online about whether the Jets' defense can truly contain him. But is the defense the only story? Stay tuned as we uncover what a star offensive player is revealing about the legendary QB. And we'll also explore the critical questions facing the Jets in this high-stakes opener. Whispers from the huddle, Wilson's unexpected take on Rodgers. As the New York Jets prepare to face off against the Pittsburgh Steelers in a highly anticipated Week 1 showdown, the spotlight is intensely focused on the reunion of sorts between Jets star wide receiver Garrett Wilson and his former quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. While Rodgers now dons the Steelers' black and gold, the narrative surrounding their past connection continues to unfold, and Wilson has just dropped a surprising comment that's setting the sports world abuzz. When asked about his current relationship with Rodgers, Wilson stated, "I ain't talked to Aaron since he left." This candid remark offers a fascinating glimpse into the dynamics that have evolved since Rodgers' brief and tumultuous tenure with the Jets. Wilson's words suggest a definitive severing of ties off the field, despite their undeniable chemistry on it during their short time together. Last season, the wideout was notably frustrated at times with his role, especially after the Jets acquired Davante Adams, Rodgers' longtime teammate from their Green Bay Packers days. Adams quickly became Rodgers' go-to receiver for the latter half of the season, leading to a decrease in targets and production for Wilson. His public comments then hinted at this frustration, with Wilson expressing, "I'd like to be involved, love to make an impact on the game, but people see it differently. That's out of my control." The subsequent release of Adams by the Jets and Wilson's lucrative contract extension seemed to reaffirm his position as the team's primary offensive weapon. Despite the past friction and the current silence, Wilson was reflective when discussing the opportunity he had to play alongside Rodgers. "Obviously, I got the opportunity to play with a living legend in this game," Wilson shared. "For me, every day I got to learn something. I tried to go about it the right way and always make sure I was being a sponge. It's hard to put into words exactly what I took away from those experiences, sitting next to him and hearing the way he talks about ball. I learned a lot." This sentiment highlights the professional respect that transcends any personal or on-field disagreements. Rodgers' 2-year stint with the Jets, largely derailed by a torn Achilles on his debut, was widely considered a disappointment, falling far short of the immense hype and optimism that surrounded his arrival. The much-touted duo of Rodgers and Wilson failed to deliver the team success that was envisioned. Wilson acknowledged this outcome with a pragmatic outlook. "As far as the way things went, that's the game we play. When you put together a roster, a team, you gotta go out and play on Sundays. And when it came to Sundays, we didn't play our best football. That's what that was." With Justin Fields now at the helm and a new coaching staff, Wilson believes the current Jets squad possesses a different mentality, one that's ready to convert preseason promise into tangible results. Audience impact. Fans are dissecting Wilson's comments, debating the implications of his relationship with Rodgers and what it means for the upcoming game and the Jets' season outlook. But the narrative isn't just about past connections, it's also about the critical challenges ahead. We'll break down the 3 essential questions the Jets must answer against the Steelers. The Jets' crucible, 3 questions for the Steelers' showdown. Week 1 of the NFL season has delivered a marquee matchup, pitting the New York Jets against the Pittsburgh Steelers in a contest brimming with narratives. Beyond the X's and O's, this game is set to be a dramatic affair, featuring coaching debuts and reunions with familiar, formidable faces. For the Jets, navigating this high-pressure environment means confronting several crucial questions that will dictate their ability to start the season strong. The team must find answers to these challenges if they hope to overcome the noise and execute effectively against a well-drilled Steelers squad. The first major question revolves around the offensive line, particularly the performance of rookies Mason Taylor and Armand Membu. Both players are stepping into a pressure cooker situation in their very first NFL game, a baptism by fire against a tough Steelers defense. The offensive line is already facing adversity with the absence of Elijah Vera Tucker, making the contributions of these newcomers even more vital. While Taylor isn't expected to transform into an elite tight end overnight, his primary role as an effective blocker will be critical in establishing the run game. However, his status as a non-starter for the opener raises questions about his immediate impact. The ability of this young unit to protect the quarterback and open holes for the run game will be a significant factor in the game's outcome. Secondly, the Jets' secondary faces an immense challenge in containing Aaron Rodgers. While Sauce Gardner stands out as a proven lockdown corner, the rest of the defensive backfield is still finding its rhythm and cohesion. Rodgers, known for his masterful command of the offense and extensive preparation time, presents a particularly difficult test for a secondary that is still gelling. Facing him in Week 1, when he is likely at his healthiest and sharpest and has had ample time to study the Jets' defensive schemes, is a daunting prospect. The Jets' secondary can only hope that any potential rhythm issues that come with new teammates on the Steelers' offense will mirror any they might experience themselves. Finally, the offensive identity of the Jets, particularly their passing game, faces scrutiny. Preseason observations suggest a run-heavy approach will be a necessity for Gang Green. This raises the question of how effectively quarterback Justin Fields can command the offense through the air. Pittsburgh may dare Fields to beat them with his arm, especially if he struggles to establish a consistent passing rhythm early on. The success of the Jets' running game could hinge on Fields' ability to connect on key throws, forcing the Steelers to respect the pass and preventing them from overloading the box. The early stages of the game will be crucial for Fields and the offense to dictate the tempo and prove their capability beyond a ground-and-pound strategy. Audience impact. Analysts are debating the Jets' offensive line vulnerabilities and the secondary's ability to cope with Rodgers, while fans are anxious to see if the team can answer these critical questions. These are tough questions, but the team's approach to facing a legend is also being revealed. We'll hear a surprising take from a star receiver on Aaron Rodgers himself. The unspoken chapter, Garrett Wilson's silence on Aaron Rodgers. As the NFL season kicks off, the narrative surrounding Aaron Rodgers' brief tenure with the New York Jets and his impending return to MetLife Stadium with the Pittsburgh Steelers is a dominant storyline. Central to this unfolding drama is Jets star wide receiver Garrett Wilson, who has revealed a surprising lack of contact with his former quarterback since Rodgers' departure. Wilson stated candidly after practice, "I ain't talked to Aaron since he left. I wish him the best this season. But we ain't chopped it up since he left." This declaration paints a picture of a professional relationship that, while producing moments of on-field connection, has not extended beyond the confines of the Jets organization. Last season, Wilson's production was significantly impacted by the acquisition of Davante Adams, Rodgers' longtime teammate. Adams quickly became Rodgers' primary target, leading to a reduction in opportunities for Wilson. This shift led to public expressions of frustration from Wilson, who commented last December, "I'd like to be involved, love to make an impact on the game, but people see it differently. That's out of my control." The subsequent release of Adams and the signing of Wilson to a lucrative contract extension appeared to solidify his status as the undisputed alpha receiver for the Jets. Despite these dynamics, Wilson expressed gratitude for the experience of playing with Rodgers, calling him a living legend, and emphasizing his role as a sponge, absorbing knowledge about the game from the veteran quarterback. He acknowledged learning a great deal from their interactions, even if the overall team success fell short of expectations. Rodgers' 2-year tenure with the Jets, marred by a season-ending Achilles injury just 4 snaps into his debut, was a far cry from the championship aspirations that fueled his arrival. The highly anticipated partnership with Wilson failed to materialize into on-field triumphs. Wilson reflected on this period with a sense of resignation typical of the professional sports world. "As far as the way things went, that's the game we play. When you put together a roster, a team, you gotta go out and play on Sundays. And when it came to Sundays, we didn't play our best football. That's what that was." Now, with Justin Fields taking over at quarterback and a new coaching staff led by Aaron Glenn, Wilson perceives a distinct shift in the team's mindset. He noted a heightened level of competitiveness throughout the offseason, a departure from the complacency that might have previously existed. Wilson believes this evolved mindset is crucial for the Jets to translate their preseason optimism into tangible results on the field. The team's ability to harness this newfound energy and focus, coupled with a clear understanding of their roles and responsibilities, will be key as they embark on the new season. The absence of communication with Rodgers might signify a clean break for Wilson, allowing him to fully embrace his role as the leader of the Jets' offense without the shadow of his former quarterback. Audience impact. Fans are analyzing Wilson's candid remarks, speculating on the underlying reasons for the lack of contact and how it might influence the Jets' performance and team dynamics. That's a surprising revelation, but the stakes are high for the Jets in their season opener. Stay tuned as we recap all the top stories and give you the full picture. And that's a wrap on today's essential updates. We've seen the strategic mind of the Jets' defense preparing for a legendary quarterback, heard Garrett Wilson's candid thoughts on Aaron Rodgers, broken down the critical questions facing the Jets in their opener, and uncovered a surprising revelation about the past. What a show! If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the Rodger Report for more unmissable content, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Plus, drop a comment below and let us know your biggest takeaways. Follow us on all social platforms for even more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.